Hello, wild ones. Welcome to another Woohoo Wonder session. Today we're going to talk about poetry and why we like poetry. My name's Cole, and I've been an artist and a homeschooling mom for many moons now. And this is...
JJ.
And what are you?
I am the artist's son.
And an intrepid explorer and educated one.
Yes.
Right? We work on a lot of shared projects because we think homeschooling is best when the family sits down and creates and does stuff together. But one thing we know for sure, we're going to do some collaging today around poetry. One thing we know for sure is we don't share glue
Or scissors.
or scissors. And this is a Tombow mono liquid glue, but any glue will do, or any tape will do. We know a lot of people kind of got home and now are staying home, so we're trying to use stuff that is just around the house rather than, we have a pretty good supply closet, but we're trying to make it a little easier. So I'm using a piece of cardstock. JJ is going to work on to a piece of a cut up piece of folder. It's a manila folder. We have a lot of those in the US, and sometimes parents have them sitting around and don't need them anymore. For me, for instance, we have a lot, so we've been using those a lot lately. And we're going to work off the poem called The Invitation. And this is from Shel Silverstein. If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bee buyer, if you're a pretender, please come sit by my fire. For we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. And I want to just show you a few of the collages we've done lately. These are just little tiny cards with poetry on one side and pictures and fun stuff on the other. And why I'm making them is we like to go out in the woods sometimes, and I wanted to be able to have a poetry tea time where we go and drink some tea or drink some yummy, delicious things, and eat some lovely, delicious things and drink. And be able to take them on the road with us. So these are our cards. And then we're going to sing you a song, which is kind of like poetry, a little different, but still very poetic. And this one's called The Mushroom Song. And JJ learned this from the Wilderness Awareness School in Duvall, Washington, which we don't get to attend right now, but we're still exploring nature as much as we can from inside our house. So The Mushroom Song. Oh, the mushrooms grow, the mushrooms grow.
Oh, the mushrooms grow,
the mushrooms, oh, the mushrooms grow.
The
Mushrooms grow the forest back, the trees are burned, they've all turned black. Oh, the mushrooms grow, the mushrooms, oh, the mushrooms grow. So I took that song and wrote it out, and then I found some mushrooms. And this is the kind of collage JJ is going to do today, is I found some mushroom pictures to put around the mushroom song. And I just did a little, and this is on that same thing that JJ's working on. So kind of an easy way to do it. And I want to do a different type of collage where I actually use a picture to then build the parts of that picture with collage pieces. I have a couple of things already torn out to make it a little quicker because I know that these can get long. So this is an old magazine that's just sitting around our house, and we've read it and loved it and have got everything we want to get out of it. And I think this right here, even though it's little, like, what are they, fabric balls, will be cool as a flame. So I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to make a candle flame kind of out of shape. And you can leave it just at these pieces of collage paper, or you could go around it with a pen once they're glued on and dried and kind of re-ink the picture, and it looks really cool. That flame's a little bit bigger, but do you see how it changed from obviously fabric balls to a flame? I really like it. What do you think, JJ?
I like it too.
And earlier I cut out a candle shape just out of a piece of, it was in a journal page, and I thought that was a nice candle color, so I cut that out. And then I think I'm going to use this brown kind of background, and sometimes when there's stuff hanging in front of it, it kind of doesn't matter, and you could just cut it out and see if it works, and if it doesn't work, try something else. This isn't this is kind of a free art supply that you probably have quite a few of in your house, hopefully. I'm just gonna kind of look at this shape and make something similar, but I think I'm kind of already off. Let's see if I went this way. What are you working on, JJ?
I'm working on a collage of animals / birds.
Cool. Okay. Not sure this reads real well because I'm going to be doing it on white. So I have a little bit more brown. Then I can just snip out. I can actually collage that onto the collage. Does that make sense? Or I'm adding, because this is white. Let me work on something that's not white. That would help. So this little white part I want to cover up because I know I'm putting it on a white background. So I'm just going to grab another piece of brown and collage that right on top. So I think we're good. I'm just going to glue mine on. And then when I'm done gluing it on and the glue's dried, I'm going to go back in and with my very best penmanship write down the whole poem down the side, because I want mine to look a little bit different. Because I'm writing it with my own hand, I kind of want to fill in more of the space. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, and a little bit goes a long way. What have I told you about glue, Jack? Or JJ?
Don't ever use too much. A little goes a long way, effectively.
A little goes a long way. Too much is hard to salvage because it usually squishes out the sides, and then everything is wet and it takes forever to dry. And we don't like stuff that takes forever to do. We're quick and dirty artists, right? We like it to go quick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to glue this part on. Do you want to put some of the things you cut out over here so people can see?
Just in half the second.
Cool.
Just gotta get this last little bit.
I really like that you could see the bottom of the pages there. I thought it kind of made it look even more interesting. And here's my cool flame. Oh, do I want it that way or that way? What do you think, JJ? Do we want the dark orange at the bottom or do we want it at the top?
Dark orange at the bottom makes more sense.
You think? Is that how flames work?
Yeah, darker colors means hotter temperatures.
Okay. So I think I could go in and ink that, or I wouldn't necessarily have to. I wonder if that's too bright. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, so
Try this.
here's two baby birds.
There. What do you think?
Here's another baby bird. Here's a sloth. And then here's...
You're just putting all your favorite animals all together. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
I think that I may be done and I'm going to start gluing now.
So happy Poetry Day. Make yourself a poetry card. maybe write a poem and then put a different sort of collage with it that you really like. Maybe JJ will write a poem about baby ducks and prairie dogs and sloths. That'll be an interesting group of animals to put all together, mashed into one big poem. Have a great day, Wild Ones. We hope that you're finding hope and joy at home.